Buenas, desde donde sea que me vean, donde sea que me vean, cuando sea que me vean. A empezar esta misión de Arconte. Se ha dicho. Fuck, ya sé. Empecemos. El motivo de por qué me tardé era precisamente tratar de buscar un momento en el que sea más tranquilo afuera o no me interrumpieran, pero lo sobrepasé un poco, así que seguramente en un rato vendrán de nuevo a Fare, entonces posiblemente quizá corte el stream en cierto punto o no, quién sabe. El porqué de este equipo, pues básicamente porque lo estoy usando para subir de las experiencias de amistad, básicamente. Y todavía no he hecho las diarias, eso quizá lo haga fuera de stream. Y si lo hago fuera de stream se me va a olvidar y quizá no lo haga, así que de momento quiero contar. Ya he perdido 50-50 porque me salió Genshin 2. Acá 48 tiradas. Y acá 26. Y antes de que se me olvide, porque casi se me olvida. Casi se me olvida. Casi se me olvida. Sería gracioso. Estos. Ya ahora tendría... A ver, calcular. De momento 48 más 26 más esas 10, 84. Y cuando sea el próximo mes 89. What the fuck, el sonido sea F el sonido. A ver.
Paimon coming in! Paimon coming in! Is this level okay?
Pues F el audio. Ok, a empezar esta parte que posiblemente lleva al desierto. Y antes de una última contemplación. La estatua de los sitios está activada, pero es 0%, mira, 0%. Es como lo contrario a cuando está aquí Mostad de 100%. Sí, aquí todavía no he explorado mucho. Pero acá 0%. Lo que sí es, el desierto realmente hace que me bajen mis FPS mientras que estoy streameando.
Excuse me, did you happen to see where the missing scholars went?
You mean the village keepers? Oh, let me think. When I was eating dinner the other day, I saw one of them by the side of the road, muttering away and eating mushrooms and tree roots. They shouldn't go around eating that kind of stuff.
Qué raro.
Okay. Did you notice anything
Qué
else?
rara dieta. Ahorita estoy comiendo unos
Anything
dulces.
else? No, I think that's all I have to tell you. Sorry.
Oh. Bueno, hablar con otra persona más. O sea, la razón por la que no exploro el desierto básicamente es porque sé que la siguiente actualización no va a haber contenido de zona, entonces pues quiero tener algo de contenido de zona. Por eso usualmente no me rusheo tanto de
The scholars that have gone missing. Have you seen them?
Those eyes. Those fierce eyes. You look like a real fighter.
Bueno,
Don't change the
sentido es-
subject.
Right. You were asking about the mad scholars. I think it's been a few days since I last saw them. I usually go to bed pretty early, so I'm not too familiar with what goes on at night. But honestly, I feel quite sympathetic towards them. Even though they act a little strange, they've helped me in the past. If it weren't for
¿En
them,
serio?
my house would have collapsed long ago.
Oh,
Do you also think Grandpa and the others are good people?
Grandpa? Oh, hello there. It's little Isak. You mean that nice man who looks like your grandpa's long-lost twin, right?
lo lost.
He was actually the one who protected my house. I saw it with my own eyes. He happened to be staying near my house that day and was doing something with his hands on the ground. Still
Najida.
feels pretty surreal now that I think back on it. Did someone teach them how to do that?
Sí.
Well, whatever the case,
Seguro.
I'll always be thankful to him and whoever taught him to look out for others. I'm pretty sure that if I ever went mad, I wouldn't be able to do anything like that.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Ok, diciendo la traición siempre son 3. Ya sabía. La típica esencia, preguntar a 3 personas y luego ya empezamos la cosa que se tiene que hacer. Ah, rayos, ¿en serio? Ah, no. No, espera, ¿qué? Ah, este tipo.
Sir, have you seen my grandpa recently? You know, the one who likes to sit and space out near the village entrance.
Oh, well, if it isn't Isak. Oh, your grandpa, huh? It's been a while. The last time I saw him, he was spacing out by the road as usual. I went and asked him if he'd like any of the food I had prepared, despite my wife's protests. Like many people, she's really quite terrified of them. And speaking of my wife, she's still always complaining about how I don't make enough mora.
Oh,
And explain why she's always
la
mad at
situación
me.
económica en el desierto está
Oh,
complicada.
thank you. Thank you for taking care of him.
It was nothing. Hey, you're looking for him, right? Did he go for a walk and get lost?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's no good. Well, once you found him, come by my place again and I'll cook a little something for the both of you.
Espero que no sea un omen de
I've
algo
known
malo,
you since you
pero
were
bueno.
very young. So as far as I'm concerned, you're family. Please feel free to come by anytime.
Ah,
Wow, what a nice guy.
sí.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Huh?
Oh. ¿Qué será? ¿Alguien nos está siguiendo? Ok, lo siento, tenía que quitarme la cosa de lo de la sensación de dulce de las manos, por eso. ¿Qué sucede si no?
Don't say anything for now. Isak, stay here. Let's head over there. Stay quiet as you move.
Ok, otra vez el tabillito del el Rey Deshret y los 3 peregrinos.
Join the Aramites and embrace a wonderful new life.
Ya que es... listo.
Of course not. It's all a bunch of nonsense.
Listen, see if you can make out what they're saying. Have you heard?
the mighty Scarlet King, the sovereign of our faith, will soon return to this world?
Yes, of course I have. The Scarlet King is the one and only true ruler of this land. I've never believed in any other gods.
Yeah.
Still, you say he's coming back, but it sure doesn't feel like life's about to change around here anytime soon. What's your proof?
Haven't you noticed? The village has been getting more deranged scholars than ever. Delavar was saying that many people also went insane just before the fall of the Scarlet King civilization in ancient times. We don't quite know why, but it seems like there's some sort of connection between insanity and the Scarlet King. Isn't it a sign of the Scarlet King's power that all the mad scholars have disappeared? If you ask me, they must have been chosen as the final sacrifice for the Scarlet King's resurrection.
Now that you say it, that does make some sense.
Es algo
Does this
raro,
mean
pero
our
tiene
lives
algo de
are finally
lógica
gonna take a
rara,
turn for
pero
the
se
better?
cumplió.
Exactly. Those city folks will get what's coming to them.
Now, repeat everything you've just said from the very beginning.
Sí.
Huh?
Who are you? Where did you come from?
My patience is running thin. You heard what I asked.
Oh, se puso serio. Y de nuevo posición de rodillas.
Yeah, bro, this guy's something else. Just look at his eyes. One wrong move, and he's gonna flay us alive.
Let's not get on his bad side, okay? I am no match for this guy.
Oh, okay, good sir. What is it you would like to know?
Tell me about the Scarlet King's resurrection.
Well, I only know a few things from hearsay. I went for a drink the other day and heard others talking about a rumor that the madmen will disappear and that the Scarlet King will return to this land. I'm not making this up, I swear!
Rumor de bares. Típico.
Hey, go on. Keep talking.
It's true. It's all true, sir. We desert folk have had more than enough of those people at the academia.
Poco faltaba el
They
Tabito
keep
estaba
sending us
bailando.
all their mad scholars and won't let us
El
have a good
Tabito estaba
life.
bailando, el Paimon también.
Would you want to live like this if you were in
Mira,
our
el
place?
Tabito está
The
fuera del
radicals
ánimo.
were even more thrilled than me when they heard the news. We're all praying for the Scarlet King's speedy return.
Por eso los radicales se emocionaron más que yo al oír la noticia. Bueno. Ya
Delavar
dejamos.
also said that once the Scarlet King returns to our side, it's only a matter of time before we conquer the land on the other side of the wall. They're all willing to serve under the Scarlet King and fight for a share of the glory.
Is that so?
Seems like he still wants to know more. Keep talking.
¿De qué vamos a hablar?
Got it! At first, I told myself it was just the drink talking, but then all the mad scholars vanished without a trace, just as the rumor said.
Un rumor.
Please don't beat me up just for mentioning these rumors. If I'm guilty, then everyone else around here is also guilty. I'm just saying what the others said.
Y por eso, en teoría, es culpable. El que sigue la corriente, en parte es culpable de su inacción. Por eso, ya sea actuar o no actuar, tiene una consecuencia. Shit.
The people here really like the Scarlet King, but dislike the Dendro Archon.
Es por los rumores. Creo que lo que odian sobre todas las cosas es la academia, eso sí.
Where is this radical person you talked about?
Ay, sorry.
I haven't run into him over the past few days, so he probably hasn't been around the village. What about you, man? Have you seen him at all?
No, not at all. We wouldn't dare lie to you. He's really not here right now.
Macan.
Sounds like you're not too close with the radicals.
No, of course not. All we know are their names.
I have many ways to stop you from talking, and many others to stop you from sending warning messages. So you'd best just stay home and hope I don't hear of you trying to contact anybody.
Ajá.
Don't do
Quietecitos en
anything
su casita.
until I've gotten to the bottom of this. Try something foolish. And even Candace won't be able to protect you.
Oh, el audio.
Yes, yes, got it. We'll do just as you say.
That scared Paimon half to death. Sino is pretty
El
terrifying.
Tabibito está bailando. Tenemos suerte de no ser enemigos.
He didn't try to reassure us at all. It's like he's used to hearing that. Oh, Paimon bets lots of people have told him that before.
Más razón para ponernos de su parte.
I heard that.
Sorry.
Perdón, no
It's
perdón.
part of being a Matra. The rumor we heard just now seems like a strong lead. But we need to check a few more places.
Ah, más NPCs. ¿Y si vamos a la casa de los eruditos?
Very well.
Isak!
Ah, niño.
I'm here.
Where's your grandpa's house?
Well, I can take you there. Just follow me.
Ok, voy a cambiar la música para poner donde está. Bueno, no cambiar, sino. Ya hizo. Ah,
Join the
ahora
Arrowites.
entiendo por qué cierta persona,
Wonderful new life.
bueno, otra persona que ahorita estoy viendo, diferente a la que vi antes, decía que en grabar en el desierto no. Es medio F.
Grandpa?
streamear y
Oh, he
grabar.
likes to be alone. Sometimes he stares at the sky in a daze, and other times he just pokes at the ground with his fingers.
Streamear, o sea, poner en
Every
directo
now and then,
y
he
jugar.
yells out at the top of his lungs, so a lot of people are really scared of him. But he's a good person, really. I know he is. I
the-
swear, he's just like my real grandpa.
Oye, qué raro, están las casas de los NPCs tan lejos. Ok, su casa, ¿qué? ¿Dónde queda?
Well, this is where grandpa usually stays.
Ah,
There sure isn't much here.
ese olor.
No.
Incense? Please don't say it's the same one as before.
Sep, no puede ser ni un otro. Paimon, el dendro nos llama.
But are you okay? Are you getting dizzy or need to lie down?
There's a scent that you can sense, but I can't.
A certain traveler here once passed out from that smell. Thankfully, Tainari saved the day. And then he gave us a long lecture to explain all about how it worked.
Sep,
So, you know Tainari.
ajá.
Huh? You know him too? Are you two friends?
Yes.
Oh,
Now that I concentrate, I can also make out the scent of incense.
Wait, surely Tainari didn't lecture you too.
No. No need.
no me llevo bien con este olor. Sí, siempre trae o dominios o avance de trailers. O yo que sé qué cosa de Hoyoverse quiere poner de dentro.
Did you first encounter this scent at Tainari's house?
No, fue en un bosque donde un erudito estaba meditando.
In the forest. From a scholar.
A buscar pistas. Niño, cúrate.
Oh, where did grandpa go? Please come home, grandpa.
Ok. Sí, no. Estas huellas se ven algo distintas. Ah. Observar tienda. Wow, está vivito. Bueno, ya fue. Puntos. ¿En serio?
What are you looking for, Sino?
Here it is. Take a look right here.
Paimon doesn't see anything.
Al igual que la mayoría de cosas en... Cuando dicen, te entrego este objeto, pero no hay nada.
Although the traces have been completely buried in the sand, there are footprints here, from the size and shape. They belong to an adult male. This pattern is a common one from this area. Local shoes. This was probably someone from the village. The scent is quite faint, but still extant. The footprints head in the direction of the door.
Alguien más estuvo aquí.
But who would come looking for Grandpa? He doesn't have any friends.
We'd have to ask whoever lured him away with the incense.
Ah, ahora tiene sentido.
Huh? So you can lure someone away with just a scent?
Caes en ese truco todo el tiempo, Paimon. Como Paimon siempre que huele algo delicioso.
Hey, what's wrong with liking good food? Everyone's got something they love in life.
Exactly. Most scholars are fond of incense, since the smell supposedly helps them clear their minds and discover new knowledge. Even deep within the clutches of madness, they still yearn for their knowledge-seeking days, and will follow the scent whenever it presents itself.
Oh,
No, Grandpa.
sí, sorry,
So,
niño.
someone's taking advantage of their weakness? Huh. Still, why would anyone want to abduct all the scholars?
Por una trama política de Sumeru.
Are the rumors really true?
Lo único que se sabe de momento.
Could the disappearance of all the mad scholars have something to do with the radicals?
¿Quién sabe, Paimon?
It's highly likely.
Please,
¿Quién sabe?
you have to save my Grandpa. Grandpa's never done anything wrong. Please help him.
A ver, Isaac, literalmente solo sabemos que es un viejo. However, se le puede meter un lore de cuántas páginas, quién sabe cuántas, y nos puede decir que haya sido un héroe villano. Pero de momento no sabemos nada, Isaac. No te puedo ni afirmar ni negar nada. Así que...
Sounds like we'd better help get him back. Don't you worry, Isak. We won't let whoever took him get away with it.
Let's head to Aru village and inform Candace and the others about what we learned here. After that, we'll set off to find the scholars.
Allá, juntar a la gente, ok. Oh sí, pero por curiosidad, de frente, ¿qué hay más ahí? Cueva. 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 La pirámide. Entrada desbloqueada, paramos, es cierto. No sé. X. No, ya, bueno, aquí ni engaño. En lo que va el año, explorar el desierto no está mal, supongo.
Right. The darker fabric definitely looks a lot better. That'd be my choice too.
Ah.
We're back, Candace. We've got a lot to tell you.
Ah,
Ah, welcome back.
entre que tú sales en quién sabe qué versión sea de la 3. Más fuera de posiblemente el próximo año, y tú que por que no tiré así no he tirado, pues se me había olvidado de ambas. El que sí, pues de ella hasta el próximo año, o quién sabe. Y Candas, pues no he tirado al banner de Sino, te tiré al banner Nilo, pero nada, entonces pues se me olvidó. Tenía cosas que hacer en la universidad.
Sounds like everyone's friends already.
Oh, Dia's here too.
You bet. So, everything goes smoothly?
Supongo.
Reasonably.
Sí.
Alhaitham didn't go with you?
Espera, ¿él fue con nosotros?
We haven't seen him at all.
Huh. I saw him around the village entrance earlier and figured he was investigating with you. I guess he must have gone off on his own.
Típico.
Did you find out anything useful?
Depende. Les cuentas a Candace de ella lo que descubrieron durante la
I
investigación.
see.
So someone used a kind of incense to lead the exiled scholars away from the village.
The resurrection of the Scarlet King? First I've heard of it. Far as I know, the kind of incense you just mentioned is only popular beyond the wall.
Ese
Scholars
tipo
are fond
parece
of it,
sospechoso.
but as you can see, there aren't many scholars still studying around these parts. No seller would be able to make a profit here. Not to mention, making incense is a labor-intensive process. You won't see anybody in the desert with the patience to make or sell something that requires that kind of effort.
Sí, eso estaría
Seems
raro.
someone from beyond the wall must have been supporting this.
¿La academia?
Makes sense.
So what should we do then? Do we go back to the academia and search for leads there?
If it was any other day, that would be your next logical step. But today, you've got me on your team, so you get an extra tip. Didn't you say that the villager got his news from the tavern? Well, I also like to drink at the tavern, so I know a thing or two about these radicals he mentioned.
If Paimon remembers correctly, the leader of the radicals is some guy called Delavar.
Ah, yeah. Delavar, the scar-riddled bandit, Engur, the wide-eyed butcher, and Jabari, the duck-tailed bearded crook. The whole lot of them are known around these parts.
Sí, yo también siento algo, Taibito.
These guys have one thing in common, and that's being broke. The rougher life gets, the more they want to believe in the Scarlet King. Way they see it, the Scarlet King's resurrection is their only chance at overthrowing the academia. Throwing all of Sumeru into chaos is the only way to change the way of life here in the desert. Anyway, that's my guess why they've chosen to become radicals.
Sí.
Tia! You're amazing! You really know this place inside and out!
Puntos. Será mejor guardar silencio.
No merc can afford to slack off on gathering intelligence. Every mora I've spent in the tavern has been a valuable investment.
Let's head out.
Now hold on, you're staying right here, Sino.
Espera, ¿qué?
Why?
Sí.
Aru Village is not a big place. Outsiders stand out here like a sore thumb. I'd bet word about you has already gotten out. The desert is unforgiving, so the way of life here is also a lot tougher than on the outside of the wall. You survive on making connections out here. Compared to you, mercs like me are just third-rate amateurs. I've got no actual fighting skills to speak of. But that also makes it a whole lot easier for me to gain the locals' trust.
Ok. Entonces...
I need to go around and ask some questions. But it'll be difficult if you're with me.
Fine.
Good.
Entonces esta vez
Then we've
hablamos
got a
con
plan.
ella.
The Traveler and Paimon
yes.
will go to Caravan Rebot with me, and we'll try our best to figure out where the Mad Scholars have been taken. Sino, you'll have to stay in the village and continue investigating on your own.
Alright, sounds like a plan!
Ese tipo es muy sospechoso. Bueno, ese tipo... muy sus.
Sino, please don't take offense. I'm sure Dia just wants to help everyone solve their
Con
problem as
sus
quickly as
orejas es
possible.
más alto.
That's why she can be so straightforward at times.
I don't mind.
Ah, I see. Well, from the way you were staring out into the distance, I thought you might have been mulling up.
No, I'm used to being treated that way. It's natural to fear strength. I take no objection to it.
Bueno, sí. Adiós. Dirígete al caravasar. Al lugar de antes. Oye, pues al final parece ser que no tengo que hacer el desierto. La pirámide. Qué raro. Espera, pero no es...
Here we are again!
¿No nos estaban buscando los eremitas? ¿Por qué volvemos?
Sounds like you're starting to get familiar with the area.
Paimon's amazed every time we see the wall of Samiel. How can a wall this tall even exist? It's
Nah.
almost unreal.
Bueno, eso sí.
I know what you mean. I had the same question every time I walked this way when I was a kid. Also, why is this high wall here? And can a wall really block sandstorms? It was only after I grew up that I realized the wall of Samiel isn't just there to keep out the sandstorms. It serves a more important purpose, keeping out people like us. Sumeru is run by wise and mighty sages. To them, us desert dwellers are nothing but tools that can be used and discarded at their whim.
Pero...
We're cheap labor, like livestock, but easier to control. Nothing more. Even if a child from the desert got the chance to obtain an Akasha terminal, almost all their requests for knowledge would be denied. The academia believes we're underserving. Geniuses like Sataria are 1 in a million. The other children never get a single chance to try and rewrite their fate, even though the academia knows very well that we're humans, just as they are.
That's terrible.
El mundo en su cara mala.
I would tear down this wall with my own hands if I could.
Oh, vamos, no creo que ese sea el motivo del muro, pero... Espero que no... A ver, le voy a partir una paliza a los sabios. Eso es una locura en un sentido, así que... Esto.
Hey, Dia. You're not thinking about doing anything scary, are you?
No, not at all. This place just gets me thinking, that's all.
Sí.
Besides, we're here to procure information, aren't we?
Yep, we gotta catch those.
Paimon.
Shh. Caravan Rebot is crawling with people, so be careful what you say. We don't want anyone to find out what we're here for.
Exacto.
Our mission started the moment we arrived here.
Bueno.
Let's go check out the tavern. Maybe we'll find someone I know.
A ver, dudo que sea algún personaje jugable de Sumeru, pero... no está mal soñar.
Illusion shattered!
Rest and rebuild.
Just our luck. None of them are here today.
F.
You mean you don't see anyone you know?
Dia, is that you? What a coincidence. You here for a drink too?
Zaki. Finally, a friendly face.
Ah.
Oh, and who do you have with you here? Guests from another land?
Exacto. Hayamashite. Domo. Hola, es un placer. Hello, it's a pleasure.
Hello, hello. I'm Zaki. Dia's, how would you put it? Drinking buddy?
We've had drinks together a few times. You could say we go back a ways. Anyway, as far as my friends here, they aren't too shabby, are they? You rarely see any Outlanders so friendly and respectful nowadays.
Absolutely. Much better than those people on the other side of the wall. So, Dia, are you looking for someone?
Sí.
Yeah. Have you seen Enger, Delavar, or Jabari recently?
Of course I have. Matter of fact, we were all here drinking together just a few days ago.
I've got a spice trading deal from another nation. I thought maybe Delavar and his friends might be interested. Know where I could find him?
Ah, how thoughtful of you.
Especias, eh.
Then I assume you also know that Delavar's been having a hard time making ends meet these days. So, you came here to help him out?
Ajá.
Hey, keep it down. Let's just say I prefer to keep this deal a secret. Y'all at Caravan Rebot are like family. If there's more to be made, why not do it together? Besides, Delavar and his friends have muscle. They'd be a good fit for escorting the goods.
Yes, how considerate of you. Delavar's my friend too, so of course I can take you to him. Come with me.
Sí. hay que hablar con Delavar y ofrecerle una oferta de negociación para esa escena que se vio en la 3 junto a algo de dice nosotros eremitas y no sé qué y luego espera, ¿qué tan lejos está? Ah, está en la mitad de la nada. ¿Por qué la mitad de la nada? ¿Quién sabe? Rayos, 30 y algo minutos. Y todavía no estamos en el desierto. Va a estar largo, Va a estar largo. Este equipo es mid en términos de
Are we
combate.
there yet?
Yep, this is the place.
Ok, Saki, el trato es este. En la siguiente versión le vamos a dar una paliza a los de la academia. Y vamos a rescatar al Arconte Loli. Y le vamos a dar una paliza a Escaramuche. Así que necesitamos negociar para esa escena de los eremitas. ¿Cuánto?
This place is practically deserted. What are they doing in a place like this?
Ah, mira, baja.
Why don't you take a guess? Go on, a wild stab in the dark. You're like lambs to the slaughter.
No entiendo, Saki.
It's an ambush!
Amigos, le voy a dar una paliza a uno de los 11 con la gnosis del Arconte Electro. Ustedes no son oponentes para mí ni con un equipo de segunda que tengo.
What's this all about, Zaki?
Come on, Dia. You really think we didn't hear about what you said back in Aru village? The boys have kept a close eye on you from the moment you set foot there. Not only do I know that you're looking for Delavar, I also know that you've teamed up with people from the academia to look for the missing scholars.
So, you've been watching us from the very beginning?
Uh-oh. Paimon knew leaving Sino behind was a mistake!
Ah, no importa, Paimon. Son los buenos tipos. Mientras no sean los de la academia, estamos bien.
And you left the strongest one in the village, didn't ya? Who do you think you are? You really thought we'd fall for your little business deal nonsense?
Bueno, estamos por un negocio. Quiero decirles, esa escena de los eremitas no se va a conseguir sola, ¿o no? No, en serio, ¿cómo rayos se consigue esa escena de los eremitas? Cuando decía de los eremitas se enfrentaban a otros eremitas. Los eremitas contra eremitas. Wow, medio confuso.
So you and Delavar have been partners all along.
Dia, I guess it's only natural for a traveling mercenary like you to be out of the loop. Those of us who hang around the tavern have stronger bonds than you think. But you got one thing right. We're all looking forward to an uprising in Sumeru. There's nothing more we'd like to see than the desert folk overthrowing the academia.
If that's the case, then I'm sure Delavar wouldn't miss a second of it.
Eso también es cierto.
I'll be honest with you. If it weren't for what you said in the village, your little monologue about the Wall of Samuel would have convinced me that you're one of us.
Delavar. And Enger, you're here too, huh?
Listo, men, hay que hablar. Le doy una paliza a los sabios y ustedes que le dan a no sé qué. No, en serio, ese tráiler me pone medio confuso. ¿A qué le dan una paliza a ustedes? No entiendo. Porque eran tipos con bufandas rojas peleando con tipos con bufandas verdes. Y estaban en el desierto. O sea, es importante para decir la trama política en Sumeru, pero... no sé, supongo que aquí en este capítulo Arconte me lo explica mejor.
Long time no see, Miss Mercenary. You should have known the traitors are what us followers of the Scarlet King despise the most.
Define traidores. El rey escarlata dio su vida por los habitantes de Sumeru. Pero, ¿lastimar a los habitantes de Sumeru sería traicionar al rey escarlata? ¿O es lastimar a la amiga Arconte a los que están arruinando a la amiga Arconte del rey escarlata? Pensarlo de más sí que me llega a confundir un poco. O sea, la trama de Sumeru está más interesante que la de Inazuma. Eso cualquiera... Eso no se puede negar.
Dia, I thought that you, a fellow desert dweller, would understand that the Scarlet King is greater than the Dendro Archon. Little did I know, you don't deserve to join us.
Bueno, quiero decir... Está muerto. Todos saben que los personajes muertos están OP. Por esa razón mueren, porque están OP. Eligen un motivo, un propósito, una visión antes de... No, ¿quién engañó? Es una opinión más edgy la que estoy teniendo. No sé, men. El rey escarlata superó el Arconte dentro. Siento que me hace falta más lore para pensar en sí o no.
Yeah, gee, what a missed opportunity. Adopting radical views and kidnapping innocent scholars, all because of some baseless rumors. Anything else I'm missing out on?
Bueno, eso sí, lo que han hecho es por unos estúpidos rumores.
See? There you have it. Mercenaries are just a bunch of faithless scum with only one thing on their minds. Mora. Pathetic. You're all like a pack of street rats.
You're not wrong. Mercenaries are driven by Mora, and my faith lies with whoever's paying me. As long as there's a profit to be made, anyone can become my friend.
Eso.
Enough talking! Get him!
Espera. Antes, Saki, ¿estás seguro de hacer esto? Lo que va a pasar literalmente... Bueno, en realidad duraría menos de un minuto con mi equipo principal. Con este 2.5 quizás.
Just as I expected. Let's teach him a lesson, traveler.
Bueno, a ver, espera, ¿dónde estás? Ni va a terminar la música.
Allow me! Just like we rehearsed!
Bring it on!
Espera, ¿por qué hubo...? ¡Esta madre me pone el sacrificio! ¡No! Ah, rayos.
Impossible! How could you?
Menes, eran simples, no son la Arconte. No son Arconte Electro, no son el tipo el Escaraemo antes de dar una paliza. No sé en qué pensaron, pero bueno, el tabito dentro está UP.
So, what do you think about your meticulous network now, Zaki? How did you say it? It's only natural for a traveling mercenary like me to be out of the loop.
Exacto.
I'm guessing your informant told you that I'm just an incompetent merc with no real fighting skills, correct? I mean, that is what I said after all. And of course you would believe everything he reported. The only thing you know about me is that I'm a mercenary, but you've never seen me in action.
Exacto, man.
Even though you heard we went to handle monsters together, you believed that Candace was the only one doing all the real fighting.
Sí.
That so-called Flame Mane is just a fraud. She admitted it herself. She just uses her connections to gain the trust of others. That's what you thought, right?
Uh-huh.
You lied in the village because you figured that we'd have people watching you.
Exacto.
And you were stupid enough to fall for it. I figured as much the first time we drank together. You all thought you were so smart. Pathetic.
Exacto. De ella derrumbas aquí una patada en un inconsciente al instante.
Okay, that should be all of them.
Whoa! So you've been planning this since we were in Aru new village?
A la mar, eso sí.
No task can be done without preparation. I just happened to notice a couple suspicious-looking people while you were out investigating.
Oh, but instead of catching them right away, you let them report back.
Sí.
Those two who were snooping around were just a couple small fries. If we want to get the real catch, we have to be patient and give it some time.
Hacerlo creer que tenía la ventaja. ¿Y los nombres que mencionaste?
Oh, you mean the funny name she mentioned back in Uncle Ampu's house? The wide-eyed butcher, scar-riddled bandit?
That's just a bunch of drunk talk. Edgar and Delavar like to talk themselves up when they're drinking. Edgar, the wide-eyed butcher, and Delavar, the scar-riddled bandit, are the nicknames they came up with for themselves.
Ellos inventaron
Alcohol
los
has a way of
nombres.
making people share what they really think. So Edgar and Delavar are always rambling in the tavern about how the Scarlet King is a superior deity.
What about Zaki?
Sí.
He's just a numbskull who fell right into our trap. Zaki was probably the best hidden of them all. My initial plan was to find Delavar first, and then try to track him down.
Saki fue el que mejor se encubrió de todos. Wow. Y entonces, ¿quién es el villano con barba de chivo?
That's what you wanted to ask when we were at Uncle Anpu's house, right? Jabari is one of the villagers you talked to. You know, the one who wanted to treat Isak and his grandpa to some food.
Wait, so he's a radical too?
¿Qué?
No, he isn't. I just needed to tack on a random villager name to make the eavesdropper think that I was making some wild guesses based on my impressions.
Solo necesitaba ponerle un apodo a un aldeano cualquiera. Ay, shit. Se creó esa hipótesis sin sentido.
Wow, what a genius idea! Well, that's an expert mercenary for ya.
Inventarte cualquier chiflada
you're
y que
too
se
kind.
crean que es verdad.
It was straight from the usual playbook, if I'm honest.
So, that thing you were saying before, is it really true?
Sí.
About what?
About how mercenaries only care about Mora, and that anyone's a friend as long as there's a profit.
Does that bother you?
No pareces ese tipo de persona.
What makes you so sure?
Aquí no te ha contratado a nadie, pero nos ayudas.
Dia, do you dislike the Dendro Archon like the other desert folk?
Bueno, está encerrada.
You two are pretty sharp. No, I don't have anything against the Dendro Archon. I've heard a lot of nice things about the Lesser Lord from Dunyarzad. I can understand her devotion and gratitude. Dunyarzad's just an ordinary person. There's no way a god would be so involved in the lives of everyday people, unless they were truly compassionate. I've begun to realize that the sages are behind everything that's happened recently. The radicals' blind belief in the Scarlet King,
Sí.
making the Dendro Archon out to be an enemy.
Ajá.
It's all the Academia's trickery. But I see through it all. And unlike them, I can never be hostile towards anyone who's never done anything wrong.
Exacto, la pobre Arconte Loli no tiene nada de culpa. Ella fue encerrada por sus propios habitantes. O sea, entonces el plan de la academia era hacer radicales a los del desierto. Tiraban al Arconte adentro con el nuevo dios y culpaban a los del desierto que ellos hicieron eso. Por lo cual Escaramuche podía volverse loco en el desierto. Pues no está mal un plan. Es pero no está tan descabellado. Que es lo moralmente correcto, ni el canto a nano, ni halo. No sé qué está diciendo. El punto es, vamos a darle una paliza a Escaramuche y a los sabios. Ese es el punto.
Dia.
Anyway, looks like we're done with business here. Traveler, lend me a hand. Let's tie him up and bring him to the village. This should be all of them. I'll let you take it from here.
All right. I'll be in touch. Until then, please stand by.
Candace, Do you need any help?
Candace will be okay on her own. I trust her, so you can too.
Sí, pero no eso implica que
She's
dejarle
been
la
guarding
justicia a
our
alguien.
village for quite some time now. If anyone is qualified to question the offenders, it's her.
Ah, interrogar, sí, no, normal, te lo dejo en tus manos. Eso no se me da
While
bien.
I'm questioning them, why don't you pass some time by exploring the area?
I'll meet you back here tomorrow morning, traveler.
Supongo que era para vete a explorar por el desierto.
As for these idiots, let's just hope they live to see another day.
Y con eso debería terminarse una parte, ¿no? Debería terminarse una parte, ¿no? Rayos, todavía. Viendo las pruebas de ella, propuesto continuar la misión en caso de rival.
Candace is an expert at dealing with people like this. All we have to do is wait for her word.
¿Se puede entrar?
You heard the question. Now answer me.
Oh.
You heard the question. Now answer me. You heard the question. Now answer me.
Ah. No está mal. Supongo. Las 9. Bueno, 8. A seguir con la historia.
Hey, Dia!
Right on time.
¿Algo nuevo?
We'll know any moment now.
Paimon's been wondering.
We've known each other for some time now. She's a pretty interesting person. Even though she's an extremely strong warrior, she never misuses her powers against others.
Oh, Paimon knows what you mean. Like a lot of martial artists say, never take the fight outside the ring.
Sí.
Yep,
tipo línea.
I guess you can put it that way. It takes strong convictions to be as dedicated as she is, and shoulder that kind of responsibility. Us mercs, on the other hand, we pretty much live from one day to the next.
Well, Paimon thinks you're great too.
Sí.
Really? Thanks for that.
Me caes bien.
Oh, Sino's here, and he's pretty early too.
Tempranito.
Yes. I was here yesterday to help out a little.
Oh.
To help out? By doing what?
Interrogación.
Sharing some interrogation techniques.
Oh, you mean you taught Candace some more persuasive methods?
Sí.
Right.
Come on in, everyone.
Come on, let's go inside.
Oye, al Hi-Han, ¿dónde estás, man? No te voy a ver, no te voy a poder conseguir hasta quién sabe cuánto, entonces quiero verte en las escenas de Arconte, gota. Bueno, ya sería en la parte 1 y en la parte 3, así que... Pero aún así, más puede salir.
Candace, where? Whoa, you look furious.
Sí, está enojada.
Do I? Huh. What gave it away?
Ah,
Oh, there's no mask that can hide true bloodlust. Cover up your eyes, and it'll still show itself at the corners of your mouth.
Perhaps I need to work on my composure. Still, it's perfectly understandable why I'm angry. I'm sure everyone present would agree.
sí.
Yes, ma'am.
Please, don't beat us anymore. We're gonna die.
Well, looks like Sino taught her well.
Candace aprende rápido. Ahora que no está tanto amigo con él. Aprende rápido.
You fear death yourselves, yet you do not hesitate to place the lives of others at risk. The absurdity is mind-boggling.
Exacto.
The ones you call mad scholars are known to us as the village keepers. They are vital members of our community, and some even count them as family. You come here, to my village, and you treat my people as nothing more than stepping stones towards your goal. Tell me, what would you do to you in my position?
Mercy! Please have mercy!
You've made your bed.
Wow.
We may both be desert dwellers, but there is one thing that I understand better than you. The resurrection of the Scarlet King will only result in war.
Exacto.
And war serves no one. The people of Aru Village care little about which god is in power. Life may be tough and tiring, but we wish to preserve our way of life. A war would only cause us to lose all that we have. And that is not a responsibility that you can afford to shoulder.
Eso también es cierto. No parecen
We understand.
gente que no
We're
puede
sorry.
manejar una guerra.
I'll tell you everything I know. Please, just let us go.
Espera, ¿todavía no cuenta? Pensé que ya lo habían
I'm
contado.
listening.
You might not believe this, but it wasn't us who came up with this idea. Someone was spreading rumors in the tavern. That's how we ended up hearing about the Scarlet King's resurrection.
Alguien de la academia,
Some
obvio.
mystery man told us that mad scholars will make the perfect sacrifice to usher in the Scarlet King's resurrection. They give their lives, and we can get anything we wish for.
¿Pero quién?
They're called village keepers. Slip up again and you'll regret it.
Exacto, usa los...
Yes, sorry. It
Usa
was
los
all that mystery
términos.
man's doing. He told us to spread word about the Scarlet King's resurrection and talked us into helping him. In return, he said he'll help facilitate the resurrection process.
¿Dónde están los guardianes de la aldea ahora? Shit, me siento como cuando alguien me corrige. No, bueno, no uso tanto. A ver, una compartida. Shit, me siento como cuando me dan un instructivo de por favor respeta las normas de la comunidad y tengo que acatarlas.
I'm not sure.
That's one.
Huh? One what?
Strike. You get a total of 3. Then, you die by my hand.
Wait, I'm telling the truth. We don't know anything. It was all him.
¿Ahora quién?
2.
He got us to lure them out of their houses in the night with some kind of incense. We take them to a junction outside the village. Then the mystery guy takes them from there. You gotta believe me, please. I'm telling the truth, I swear. Just ask them if you don't believe me.
That was indeed the truth. Traveler, go on.
Ok. Espera, de aquí a cuando somos expertos negociando. No tienen una idea de la entidad de super
You
misteriosa.
have to believe me. If I knew that, I would have told you his name right away. I'm not risking another beating to keep his secrets. No way. That guy, he wears a cloak, and he's always careful to cover his face. He calls himself the Scarlet King's envoy.
Una capa. Y se cuida el rostro.
I believe I may know what's going on.
Oye viejo, ¿qué haces?
Uncle Anpu? What do you mean?
Smooth.
Okay, speak.
If my suspicions are correct,
Okay.
this mystery man they speak of could be from the academia.
Sí, entendible.
Some time ago, people from the academia attempted to take the village keepers away. I refused, insisting that they are part of our community.
¿Para qué quieren llevarse a los guardianes de la aldea? De la aldea Aru. Wow.
It strikes me now that this secretive character shares the same goal they had.
Which means it's highly likely that the academia was purposely spreading a false rumor to trick the radicals into delivering the village keepers right into their hands.
Sí, pero ¿por qué?
They were the ones who brought them here to begin with. Now they're trying to take them back? We aren't gonna let that happen.
Oye, no entiendo la lógica de eso. Bueno, supongo que está en la manera, porque si te lo pillan un momento necesito que me cuides a esta persona. vuelve un rato. Y después un rato, ok, ya he venido, gracias. No, sí, se hace eso, sí se siente feo. Sí.
Not the academia again.
En Sumero, Setari había mencionado que la resurrección del Rey Deshret es una campaña de desinformación de la academia.
Just as I thought. But what could they want with the village keepers?
People are nothing but tools in the eyes of the academia. That changing their plans likely means they found another way to exploit the scholars.
Pero ¿cómo? Sí, no. ¿Cómo? Eso es lo que no te explican. No explican.
Regardless, our top priority now is locating the village keepers.
You're right. Isaka's still waiting for news on his grandpa.
Ah, sí,
Time to
todo
go.
mío.
Let's leave the village and try to track them down.
Yes. Pack up and get ready to leave.
Ok, por fin.
You got it. Candace, I'll let you deal with the radicals. Leave everything outside the village to us.
All right.
Let's meet back here once everyone's ready.
A ver. Ah, y aquí estamos. Llantos en el hospital de Eleazar. Que yo recuerdo eran 2 de 3 y estamos en la segunda. Aquí fue donde lo dejó un streamer que había visto. Bueno, otro streamer español que había visto. Estaba así, ¿no? Estaba Candace y de ella. Solo que no me había fijado de estos tipos. Gotito. A ver, Heiso. Haz una pose. Listo. Ampo.
I just hope everyone's all right.
Igual.
You look worried. Thinking about the village keepers?
Yes. I'd look for them myself if I could. As members of our village, each one of them is very important to me.
You have a strong sense of belonging here. I guess I'm the opposite. Mercs are stray dogs, wherever they go.
Dia, don't say that. You can be a part of this community too.
Thanks. I'll let you know when I feel like joining.
Y si no.
What scheme is the academia brewing now?
Bueno, ya tengo la idea general, pero algunos detalles son los que todavía no tengo sentido. Ay, shit, ya voy 1 hora. Al high hand. Oh no, se me rompió el juego. Ah, no.
Let's get some food in us and then we'll... Woo!
Por fin apareces, Noe. ¿Qué querías? ¿No vas a aparecer hasta la 3.6? Ah. Vamos.
Where did you come from?
Well, as you can see, I am merely sitting here and reviewing what we have deduced thus far.
You were gone for ages, and now you're suddenly sitting here musing to yourself? Where have you been anyway?
¿Importa, Paimon? ¿Importa? Hay que hacer las cosas, no pensar en... Bueno, a rayos, me sigo contradiciendo otra vez. Ah, dejan estudiando.
Hey, what's with the silence?
You never think things through before asking questions.
Exacto.
I'm giving you some time to make up for that.
Sí.
Paimon's so mad! Paimon's gonna give you an ugly nickname!
Adelante, Paimon. No te voy a detener. Es un personaje que voy a tirar, pero aún así está mal que tenga que esperar tantas actualizaciones como para tirar como ya hay Miko. A Yaimiko no la tiré porque luego ya como que me desinteresó, pero al Highhand sí le voy a tirar, eso sí. Porque así ya tendría Diluc, Tartas, Chun-Li y el Highhand. 4 personajes 5 estrellas. Y tú hubiera sido, pero está pochito. No, en serio, es una pena que los de Hoyoverse no hayan podido hacer bien lo de la masa muscular. Pero bueno. Y ya tendría 4 waifus y 4 juzbandos en mi perfil. Adelante, no te detengo.
Never mind. Paimon's got nothing. There's just nothing super obvious to pick with this guy. It makes it so hard.
¿De qué hablas? Tiene muchas cosas especiales.
You've heard nothing to suggest I left this whole time. So clearly, I stayed in the village to investigate. Anyway, you plan to leave Aru Village and keep searching for the truth of this matter, yes?
Exacto.
Yep. We're not gonna find out anything more by staying here, so we thought that we might as well take the search elsewhere.
Lo que no sé es que tiene que ver hospital, pero bueno. ¿En serio? Paimon dijo una pregunta... Ah, bueno, es cierto. Paimon dijo una pregunta estúpida. Ok. Ilústranos, Alhaihan. ¿Qué pregunta estúpida hizo Paimon?
Enough with the silent treatment!
Está dando tiempo para pensar, Paimon.
No. I'm just surprised that you decided to team up with him.
All Hathan, you haven't helped us out at all ever since we arrived at Aru Village. Bold of you to question our choices.
Bold of you. Bueno, eso sí, faltó comunicación al Alhaihan. Debiste decir, me voy a pirar a investigar de mi propio lado, antes de pirarte a investigar por tu propio lado. Que es razonable. Hay que investigar de diferentes frentes.
Yeah, you're all talk.
50-60.
While you were investigating, I had my own work to do, which I've now finished.
Okay, listo.
Paimon doesn't believe you.
To be honest, we aren't really a team, so I have no obligation to inform you of my whereabouts.
Oh, espera, ¿qué palabra dices al Alhaihan? Somos un equipo. ¿Viste la miniatura de la guía? Salimos todos. No me he sentido así de unido desde Mondstadt. Desde Mondstadt. Con Diluc, Jin y Benji que salían. Y el tabito que salía en la portada. Cada vez que prendo el play. Que está épico.
Not to mention that going separate ways allowed me to find some important information that you all had missed.
Como por ejemplo...
Huh? Right here in the village?
Exacto, pues las casas.
Correct.
What did you learn?
Sí.
I'm going to take you to someone. But before that, you need to understand where she's coming from.
El contexto, ok.
What does that mean?
How do you think the residents of Aru Village feel about what we're doing?
¿Qué creen que piensan que los pobladores sobre la aldea Arus están asustados?
In other words, do you truly believe every single word the villagers tell us?
Ah.
You mean some of them lied to us?
Espera, ¿qué? Entonces el tipo que no era ¡Ah! A ver, solo recuerdo lo que dijo el tercer tipo. Las otras dos no sé.
Hiding the truth does not necessarily equate to lying.
Ajá.
Again, these people have their reasons. Remember what Gandalf said? Most people in Aru Village don't necessarily care which deity is in charge of Sumeru. That's because whether the Scarlet King or the Dendro Archon has power is of little significance to them.
Exacto.
By contrast, the perils of their daily lives are ever-present concerns. They won't simply share everything they know with you without good reason. That's why you believed there was no further information to be found in this village.
Entonces encontraremos más información preguntando quienes ya conocemos.
Glad you're following along. Among those you have talked to, there's someone who was consciously keeping you out of the loop. In fact, she's been observing your every move since you arrived.
What the fuck?
The reason being, to someone who only wants to live their life in peace, any external factors introduce unpredictability into the equation.
Ah, no, sí, eso es normal, sí.
Those eyes. Those fierce eyes. You look like a real fighter.
Don't change the subject.
Bueno, sí, fue algo...
It's quite obvious that she's intimidated by Sino's authority and strength.
Right. You were asking about the mad scholars.
Oh, es cierto.
She corrected herself mid-sentence because she's aware that there are Scarlet King fanatics in the village. If she sounds too friendly towards the village keepers, she could easily make herself the radicals' next target.
Tuvo que decir otra cosa porque sabe que hay gente leal a Rey Escarlata por aquí cerca. Si se muestra demasiado cercano a los guardianes, podría convertirse en el próximo objetivo de radicales.
I think it's been a few days since I last saw them. I usually go to bed pretty early, so I'm not too familiar with what goes on at night.
Remember? She made a point of denying her involvement in anything that occurs at night.
Pero no implica que no haya estado... O sea, no implica que ella no haya podido ver algo que haya pasado en la noche.
But honestly, I feel quite sympathetic towards them. Even though they act a little strange, they've helped me in the past. If it weren't for them, my house would have collapsed long ago.
After speaking to the village chief, it became clear that the village keepers had protected Aru village at night. In other words, the young miss was very much awake during that time.
Then why would she lie?
No mintió Paimon, solo que no quería...
By getting involved with an outsider, she risks drawing unwanted attention to herself. As for why she might be so wary about all this, maybe you should ask her.
I'll pass on this one. You said that she is afraid of me. If so, it's best if I stay out of this.
Bueno, eso sí tiene sentido, si no, sorry.
We're on it.
No, hija. Espera, what the fuck. Dog. No, no, fíjate, sería...
Miss Shawnee, as we discussed earlier, I've brought someone with me.
Hola, Degel, muchas gracias por pasarte por acá. Hola, Degel. Muchas gracias por estar por acá. Shani.
Mr. Alhaitham, I'm aware of where you stand, but how can I make sure that your friends think the same as you?
Espera, ¿qué dijo el Jaija? Lo que yo busco es rescatar al Arconte dentro de los sabios. Ah, shit, eso provoca guerra, inestabilidad.
Huh? What do you mean? We need to clarify our stance or something?
Supongo,
Go ahead and talk to her. You'll get the answers you want. Go on. Earn her trust.
Is it really that simple?
Hablar con el corazón, Paimon. Habla con el corazón.
May I call you Traveler?
Así es, señora. Está vivito, está bien. Hola, Shani.
Hi, Traveler.
Hola, Shani.
I want to ask you something.
Sure, go ahead.
Do you think the resurrection of the Scarlet King can truly change Sumeru for the better?
Aún cuando estamos suponiendo... A corta escala, no.
Why is that?
Porque solo traería conflictos. No entre los gobernantes. Ah, no, espera. No entre entre la Arconte Loli y el Rey Desierto, sino sus propios habitantes.
That's very similar to what Miss Candace says. I know you two are friends. That's why I'm willing to talk to you, even though I do have some reservations. Before, I wouldn't even have the courage to ask something like this.
No hay problema.
Traveler, do you believe our lives will get better?
Este es un mundo cruel y bello a veces, Shani. Un mundo cruel y bello. Hay cosas bellas y hay cosas no muy agradables. Solo soy un mero espectador en las cosas que pasan en el mundo. Ya que si me considero un participante, tendría que tomar una postura. Y cuando tomo una postura, implica que rechazo ciertas cosas. Ergo pierdo algunas posibilidades. Supongo que tengo que ser real, abstracto. Todo depende de cada uno. Un día pésimo, desde una perspectiva positiva, puede hacer que aún sigas. Pero también es cierto que si no pasa algo bueno en tu vida, por más positivo que seas, al final te colapsará y te romperá. Un propósito a veces tiene la gente. En el por qué sigo vivo es ver las cosas que hay en este mundo. O mejor dicho, jugar videojuegos y ver interacciones de otras personas. Me entretiene y me divierte, me hace feliz. No quisiera que algo malo les pasara, pero también reconozco ser alguien egoísta. Por lo cual, a veces tendré que negarme en ciertas peticiones. Shani, no sabría decirte tu respuesta. No puedo prometerlo, pues solo soy un mero mortal. Pero haré lo que yo haré. E intentaré no cagarla mucho. Espero.
Yeah! We came here from another nation, so it isn't wrong of you to be weary. And we aren't really residents of any one nation. But even so, we've met lots of people from different places.
Gracias
and
por el
we've
like.
always fought for what we believed in. We have friends in Sumeru, and we want to help them. That's why we decided to stay here for a while.
Exacto, todos sabemos que la hermana no está aquí, pero aún así la misión de Arconte.
I want to trust you. My apologies for posing my questions like that. To be honest, I didn't expect you to come back for more information.
No, descuida, no sabíamos que íbamos a volver.
Oh, Haytham told us you have your reasons. It's okay, we understand.
Sí, todos tienen un
The
motivo.
fact is that only one side of my family is desert folk. I don't really fit in anywhere in Sumeru.
Ah, mestizaje.
Some believe in the Dendro Archon, while others believe in the Scarlet King. I don't belong to either side, and neither side would want me.
Speaking of which, the radicals mentioned that they despise traitors. Do they just think that anyone who's different from them is a traitor?
Así piensan los radicales, Paimon.
Yeah.
En ambos lados.
Some people can be so narrow-minded when it comes to bloodline and beliefs. It makes no difference what I say or how I behave. I'll always be suspected of having ulterior motives. Slowly, I just stopped talking to people. I pretended not to hear or see anything. All I want is to live my life in peace. And then it happened. The village keepers who had helped me disappeared with no explanation, and I didn't dare breathe a word about it to anyone. Until now.
Está bien, Shani. Lo importante es que hayas decidido ayudarnos con la trama.
Tell them. I'm sure he'll keep your secret.
Exacto.
All right. I'll tell you what I told all
Estoy seguro de que toda la comunidad de Genshin Impact va a guardar tu secreto apropiado. Ah, rayos. A ver, pero como no he visto mucho meme de esto, quizás sí lo han guardado. O sea, exactamente las palabras que ella ha dicho, no el tema a lo que lleva.
I actually have a sharper sense of hearing than most. Sometimes I hear strange crying sounds in the night.
There are ghosts?
Tranquila, Paimon, no estamos
Perhaps.
en... no sé
I'm
dónde.
not sure. It's faint, but it's definitely the sound of crying. It comes from far away in the distance, and always carries very raw emotion. It used to be louder and more frequent, but ever since you arrived in the village, it doesn't seem to happen as often, and when it does, it's much quieter. I have to focus really hard to make it out.
Qué raro.
I confirmed this with the guards on night duty. They also have someone with a good ear, and he's heard similar sounds at night. But, because we're in the middle of a desert, he would rather believe that they are the cries of beasts than ghosts.
¿Sabes de dónde vienen los sonidos?
There's really nothing around these parts, except for an old hospital not far from the village.
Oh shit, ahí está el hospital.
I think they used to use it for treating Elazar, but it's been abandoned for years.
Tenemos que ir a ese hospital.
Yeah, let's go!
La enfermedad de Coley puede tener una pista de cómo curarla. Y hay que ver los secretos de llantos en el hospital. Para hacer un antiguo hospital se ve un poco pocho. Ah, no, ese no era el hospital. Celi. A ver, Celi, si estás cerquita, normal. Si estás muy lejos, ya pierdo mi interés. Eremita.
There is no escape.
Oh, espera, ¿en serio esto era el... Casa Al-Shifa? ¿Esto era un hospital, en serio? Parecía base de eremitas y... Gilichurs. Ok. Ok.
But a momentary distraction.
Oh no, me han tirado arena. No, mi debilidad. Wow. Bueno, ya.
Is this the place? It's in terrible shape, and there's sand everywhere.
Empty and forgotten.
Monsters! Watch out!
Rayos, me perdió el diálogo de Al-Haiham.
Illusion shattered.
Ok, sé que ustedes son de Caneria y todo, pero... ¡Me importa un bledo! Ah, fuck, más gente.
Allow me! Fallen Amber, help!
Shine down.
Los gráficos.
Fracture! Can't move it!
Ah, listo, ahora sí. La puerta estaba
They were
bloqueada.
easier to deal with than Paimon had expected.
¿Qué esperabas? ¿Un fatui?
Super strong bandits? Or monsters taller than buildings dropping out of the sky? Or, you know, something like that.
Ladrones superpoderosos, eremitas o monstruos gigantes surcando de los cielos. O eso no estaría eso no estaría mal, Paimon, una mecánica que... Ah, no, espera, ya están haciéndola. A veces vuelan en medio del aire. Necesitamos personajes que puedan hacer ataques en medio del aire, Paimon.
He looks super serious. We gotta stay on our A game too.
This is the one.
Oh. Dendro. Gracias al Haiham. Y se desbloqueó la puerta.
Let's go in and take a look.
Revisan cuidadosamente el hospital abandonado. ¿O en serio esto es un hospital?
Oh, hey, we haven't found squat. Are you sure we aren't wasting our time
A
here?
ver, hay muchas maneras de perder tiempo,
Patience.
Paimon.
Shawnee says she only hears the crying at night. We have time to burn.
Eso también es cierto.
Until then,
Se piró de una vez.
I'm taking a break.
Ah.
And just like that, he sits down. Wait, he even brought a book to read?
¿Por qué
What
no?
are you reading? Let Paimon see.
Bueno, sí da curiosidad.
Okay, sure.
Yay, interacciones.
The natural position, which is the positional propensity of an entity in natural motion in contrast with an object in forced motion? Huh? When free from external influences, every entity displays the tendency to follow its natural trajectory?
Un poco más fluido y uno pensaría, ¿quién es esta Paimon? Es inteligente. La posición natural, es decir, la tendencia posicional de un objeto en movimiento natural, al contrario que un objeto en movimiento forzado. A posición natural. La tendencia posicional de un objeto en movimiento natural, al contrario de un objeto en movimiento forzado. Cuando está libre de influencias externas, todo objeto muestra la tendencia a seguir su trayectoria natural. Solo sé de corrientes de agua o viento, de ahí no sé qué sería un movimiento natural aparte de esos. Movimiento forzado, supongo que toda interacción cuando el agua choca con una rojita, la rojita se mueve forzadamente por las interacciones entre las diferentes fuerzas. Pero movimiento natural. Huh.
So, you got that?
Sí, es una pregunta importante. ¿Paimon llegó a entender algo? Física. ¿Entendiste algo de física, Paimon?
Oh, Paimon gives up. You keep reading your book. See ya.
Bueno, F, Paimon.
How is he so relaxed? Look at him, reading an impossible book in a creepy place like this.
Deberías leer un libro de vez en cuando, Paimon. No vas a volverte guía de Teyvat si no tienes conocimiento de algo. Tal vez es hora de que crezcas y te vuelvas más culta. Tal vez es hora de que crezcas y te vuelvas más culta. Quizá deberíamos ver tu forma adulta, Paimon.
Hey, what good is that gonna do for you? You're acting like one of those annoying grown-ups who go around nagging people to focus on their studies.
Mientras más aprendes, más conocimientos para ganar dinero. Ergo, más mora y más comida, Paimon. Así me mantienes.
Hey, what gives? Shouldn't you be the one providing for Paimon?
Ay, shit. ¿No es lo que estoy haciendo ahora?
Oh, right. Okay then. Thank you for working so hard and earning so much more. If it weren't for you, Paimon would probably still be floating around in the ocean somewhere.
Sí, eso no entiendo. Ah, flotando alrededor de algún río. Ah. Eso me hace preguntar, ¿qué hubiera pasado si el Tabito no hubiera conocido a Paimon? ¿Qué haría Paimon?
Thank you.
Ah, la vimos llorar y ahora nos agradece. No estamos cerca de Shinaya, Paimon, así que todavía hay tiempo. What the fuck, se hizo de noche súper rápido.
Paimon's getting so sleepy. Huh? What was that sound?
There it is.
A ver, un poco más fuerte el volumen.
It's coming from that direction.
Está raro ese sonido, ¿qué será? No será
Is
nada.
the sound coming from here? Huh. Paimon's not seeing anything.
Qué raro.
It's from below.
But there's no way we can get down there.
¿De qué hablas, Paimon? Es solo una caja. Pregúntale a los devs que lo muevan y facilito podemos bajar. A menos de que no haya nada implementado ahí abajo, lo cual sería un medio F. Pero pueden haber implementado así como dominio, así que sí, estoy seguro que sí.
Something is off about the interior here.
Ah, bueno, solo el Jainhan podía levantarlo. Oh. Oh, barreras invisibles. Rayos, ¿cómo vamos a pasar si no es con la historia? En serio, ¿qué clase de barrera es esta?
As I thought, there's a hidden structure.
Wow. It's like they tucked another hospital into this one.
El hospital secreto.
Well, it looks like there are other mechanisms around here. Let's keep exploring.
What the f... El objetivo está en el aire. Investiga los monumentos elementales que hay por el hospital. Uy. Uno, dos, tres.
Bring it on.
Déjame pasar, joder. F.
There is no escape.
Hold the line.
Está raro, puede permitirse los ataques, pero no podemos caminar. Y se ha hecho mediodía ahora. Ok, monumento dentro hecho por el Jainhan. Wow. Eso estuvo cerca, casi consigo ese Dendróculos. Todavía no, pero... Ay, qué raro, ese está bloqueado. Ah.
Torn to oblivion. Ha! Ha! Ka!
Ah, sí, con eso subí. Y el tercero es ese.
Shine down.
Allow me.
Yeah. I got a situation. Yeah. Truth hurts. Yeah. Confess.
Hi. Rest and rebuild.
Yeah.
Ah, F, que es algo triste que no dieran así materiales para subir. Pero bueno. Supongo que uno farmea por Najía de otras maneras. Oye, pero qué raro que este piso esté como que bloqueado y no se pueda ver qué hay. O sea, subes y ves que está este techo, pero de ahí no ves que hay más. Entra al nivel inferior. Ah, mira, ya se desbloqueó. Aviso de urgencia. Paciente Abbas, varón 23 años. Paciente Abbas, varón 23 años. Tiene un lunar en el lado izquierdo de la frente. Zurdo, aunque su condición sigue muy grave. Será difícil que sobreviva sin atención médica profesional. La posibilidad de sobrevivir el paciente se debe informar inmediatamente cuando se conozca. No te rindas, sé optimista. Todos los heridos se encuentran bajo presión y ya no deben rendirse. F. Abas, parece que no logró pasar. ¿Comidas esta semana? Seguir una dieta equilibrada, descansar con regularidad y mantener buen humor. Lunes, sopa de pimienta, frijoles, tachín, almuerzo, popón por visera. Biryani, pescado, crema, shakuche y pastel de arroz con frijoles. El resto está en blanco. En caso de emergencia, contar inmediatamente al médico de turno. Lunes Ibrahim. ¿Lunes Ibrahim? Ibrahim siento que lo escucho. Martes será Autore. Miércoles a Moody. El resto es en blanco. Ibrahim, siento que escuché ese nombre antes. Ibrahim. Florero antiguo. Para Avin, están marcadas en el fondo del florero. Parece que fue un regalo para alguien con ese nombre. Ah.
Look, there's someone over there.
Hay que tener cuidado, que exista alguien ahí solo significa que debe haber peligro.
Good idea. Let's approach him slowly without alarming him.
Con naturalidad y calma.
Wait.
¿Qué pasa a Highham?
You're...
¿Quién es? Se ve joven.
He can't speak, and his eyes are unfocused. But he looks too young to be anyone's grandfather.
Exacto.
Also, why is he the only one here?
Sospechoso.
Didn't expect to see him here.
Ah, espera, es el del acto 1, creo.
You know him?
He's Razak, a senior of mine at the academia.
Un compañero de su academia, un senior de él, su senpai.
He's a scholar too? Is he the kind that holes up in a forest and mumbles stuff about training?
No creo.
No. And that's the problem.
Exacto.
Razak was never involved in any of those things. He never trained in the forest, let alone reach Satyavada life.
Entonces...
Leaving that question aside for the moment, him being here alone means that we might be too late.
Bueno, eso sí.
Looks like they've already taken everyone away. For whatever reason, they left Razak here. Perhaps they simply didn't have time to come back for him.
Pero qué raro.
There are drag marks on the ground. They're clearer by the doorway. Someone was forcefully drawing a cart that was loaded with something heavy.
Loaded with people?
That is one possibility. It looks like they were in a hurry, as if they were afraid of being caught. In their haste, they failed to notice Razak hiding in a corner. The symptoms are identical. Looks like we found living proof.
Huh? Why do you say that?
Allow me to jog your memory. Recall your time at Port Ormos. Don't you think his symptoms look familiar?
Ah, sí. Flashback. Flashback de cinemática. Ahora sí te estás poniendo cool, Sumero. El tipo de los eremitas que se volvió loco.
Oh, now that you mention it, they're acting the same way.
Correct. the academia is behind all of it, it isn't difficult to deduce their rationale. First, the academia spread a false rumor of the Scarlet King's resurrection, emphasizing the role of the village keepers, the mad scholars who were exiled to Aru village.
Haciendo hincapié en la participación de los guardianes de la aldea y los eruditos locos desterrados de la aldea.
These rumors were all the persuasion that the radicals needed, and those based in Aru village leapt into action. Unbeknownst to them, of course, through rounding up the scholars, they were actually helping the academia. As well as being able to exploit the radicals for their own ends, this scheme has one further advantage to the academia. All the risks and responsibilities are offloaded onto the Scarlet King's followers.
Sí.
Life for the desert dwellers has been brutal ever since the Scarlet King's death all those years ago. Beneath the surface, feelings of desperation are widespread.
Sus emociones son como arroz de pólvora en el desierto a punto de explotar.
Many would give everything they have for the prospect of something better. Anyone looking to exploit that for their own ends simply needs to make a few empty promises. Even if complications arise, people will see that those involved are all followers of the Scarlet King and look for no further explanation than differences of belief. A deep-seated mistrust of the desert and everyone in it by the rest of Sumeru will make sure of that. The notion of an academia plot wouldn't even cross their minds. It may seem like a simple strategy, but it is able to work wonders under Sumeru's current circumstances.
Usar la situación política de Sumeru para aprovecharla. Aprovechar la situación política de Sumeru a favor de la academia.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. It's in line with the village chief's theory, too. But there's still one very important question. Wasn't it the academia that brought the scholars to Aru village in the first place? Why does it want them back now?
Exacto, Paimon.
Throughout this process, one thing has changed. The scholar's identity.
¿La identidad de los eruditos?
First, they were scholars. Then, they became lunatics. After that, they were exiles. And finally, they become missing persons.
Eruditos, locos, exiliados y desaparecidos. No sé, David.
An exile is still patently a living, breathing human being. But when someone becomes a missing person, that is brought into question. If you can't find someone, you have no way of knowing what exactly happened to them. That makes missing people an ideal resource.
O sea, sigue siendo la misma pregunta. ¿Para qué necesitarían gente?
Resource? For what exactly?
One possibility is that the information in their brains could be extracted into knowledge capsules.
Extracted? You mean canned knowledge comes from people's brains?
What the fuck?
With the technology of the Sumeru Academia, it's entirely possible. Perhaps the process caused them great suffering, which is why they cry out in the dead of night when no one is watching them.
So, the human brain... Nope, nah, Hyman doesn't want to think about this.
Espera un momento, Alhaihan. ¿Y tú cómo sabes eso?
I'm the Academia scribe, after all. I'm familiar with their projects.
Escriba.
Anyway, judging by Razak's state, the contents of a divine knowledge capsule were extracted from his mind. But something went wrong in the process. Or perhaps his curiosity got the better of him, and he used such a capsule for himself.
Hyman's a little confused. Can they just use anyone's brain?
No es posible. La mayoría de los sitios que se han vuelto locos han estado en contacto con la... rayos, David. Incluso se puede decir que estos conocimientos están relacionados con los Fatui, Lotoris y Scaramuche. ¿Lo están usando para convertir a Scaramuche en un dios? Espera, ¿qué?
The look on your face tells me you've realized the answer.
La academia necesita personas que hayan contactado a la conciencia divina. A la conciencia divina.
That's right. To some scholars, gaining knowledge about the gods is their entire life's pursuit. Extracting canned knowledge is just one of the extreme measures they turn to. However, I can't help but wonder, what do they seek to gain from divine knowledge?
Ah, bueno, sí, supongo la finalidad de los sabios.
The academia is going out of their way to look for forbidden knowledge, but what is their ultimate goal?
Eso también es cierto, no te lo explican todavía. ¿Cuál es tu objetivo final?
I've spent quite some time trying to analyze the contents of the divine knowledge capsule, but to no avail. It seems like my way of thinking is too different from theirs.
You mean you're not even slightly interested in getting your hands on this forbidden stuff?
Nah.
All scholars seek to expand the horizons of knowledge, but I'm not particularly interested in gods, so I don't share their degree of zealotry. Extracting information from people as if they were lifeless objects? If this is the direction of academic progress, then the academia may as well shut its doors.
Sí.
Sounds like you're really against all this.
Of course. The academia's actions run contrary to their rules. Whether it be academics or knowledge, everything has its boundaries. If those lines are crossed, the rules and order that govern everything in the world will be destroyed. This matter needs to be corrected, just like fixing a typo in a book.
Wait, didn't you step in to help because you felt sympathy for those poor people?
No.
Not to be callous, but no. My criteria are a little more restrictive than that.
No es por ser malo, pero no. No tengo tiempo libre para eso.
There is no shortage of suffering in Sumeru, and the same can be said for the rest of Teyvat as well. What do you plan to do about that? Save every last person?
Bueno, sí, pues es cierto, o sea, la vida de uno es limitada. ¿Me puedo poner a salvar a todos? No. Salvar unos cuantos sería ser hipócrita. Entonces prefiero ser egoísta.
Probably not. Paimon's not sure.
Tus intenciones son muy más específicas y personales.
You can say that. Simply put, I don't blindly place my faith into strength or heroism. I do what I want. The divine knowledge capsule is something I want to investigate in full. That doesn't mean I'm willing to take action for the sake of a few strangers.
Puede que rechace la idea de una mayor responsabilidad moral. Sí, rechaza una responsabilidad moral. Pero justifica sus acciones porque son fieles a sus motivaciones personales. No sé qué argumento te dijiste, Tabito, pero sí, es un aliado asombroso. Ok, sigo con ahora porque están haciendo una captura de foto.
There are a lot of bad guys in the academia, but you're not one of them. You're their weirdo.
Si todos se tiran solo por no querer tirarse, supongo que sí. Es raro.
You're probably right. Though I must say, I quite enjoy this feeling of being the odd one out.
Sí.
Uniqueness is also an asset, is it not?
Wow, that's a great way to think about it. Paimon's really impressed. If only Miss Shani had a similar mindset, her life would definitely be a lot easier.
Cada persona vive como
I'm just a
quiere.
more likable person than her in general. There's nothing more to it than that.
Bueno, ¿y qué hacemos contigo?
He won't last long if we leave him here. Let's take him with us.
Ah, ok.
We'll work out our next step after we return to Aru Village.
Regresa a la casa de la aldea por ahora por investigar. Llave antigua. Una llave robada por un horno mascarado. Si existe una llave de un encerrador, es obvio que ese estado abandonado por mucho tiempo, pero ¿qué más puede esconder? Parece un salón de universidad. El pizarrón. Cubierta de tierra. Ah, bien. Cuenco de azúcar, no sé. Arbas, habas y tarro azúcar están grabadas en él, sería difícil. Sería difícil imaginar que ese carrón sucio solía utilizarse para guardar azúcar. Ah. Hacking. Bueno, pensaba que estaría más grande, pero... Ah, bueno. Ok, no hay momento de... En cualquier momento vienen mis padres, tengo que cenar y tengo que terminar una cosa, así que sí. A seguir con la trama. Sí.
You must be tired. You
What the
should
fuck?
rest and take some water.
¿Cómo él camina normal?
What's the situation?
Who's this?
Unfortunately, somebody who's too young to take on the role of Isak's grandfather. Nevertheless, he's one of the people we're trying to find.
Le cuentas todo lo que hubieran escrito a la manada y luego sacan las conclusiones que han llegado.
So, at one point in time, the abandoned Elazar Hospital served as the academia's site for extracting divine cant knowledge.
Yep, pretty much.
Their plan must have been implemented at some point before we arrived at Aru village, since divine cant knowledge has been in circulation for a while now.
El conocimiento capsulado divino existe hace un tiempo, así que este plan se debió puesto en marcha antes que éramos hablados.
Yet, they fled once we were headed to the village, almost as if they knew we were on their trail. Why is that?
Exacto, qué raro.
Yeah, why is that?
We may have a mole in our midst.
No.
One of us could be secretly revealing our whereabouts to the academia.
No puede ser. ¿Pero por qué? ¿Cómo? Bueno, mi sospecha es este niño o el anciano, pero más este niño. Hay un traidor entre nosotros.
Are our friendships that shallow?
Sorry, Paimon, así son las tramas. Siempre hay un sas. Pero hay que ver quién podría ser sas. Haihan, lo dudo. Sino, no. De ella, no. Candace. Moralmente no, estaría la trama muy compleja para que Candace sea sospechosa, entonces solo queda...
Looks like none of you have realized wherein lies the issue.
Espera, ya lo vas a decir tú al Haihan. Ah, bueno.
Sino, you're the reason why they can predict our movements.
¿Qué?
Wait, what's that supposed to mean?
Choose your next words very carefully.
It is simply a logical inference. I have my reasons.
So what you're saying is, Sino's the mole.
No.
Interesting. And here I thought you were the most suspicious one, Al-Haytham, since you were always acting alone.
Yo siempre pensé que era el niño.
I know. You have a point, but I realized something as we were returning from the hospital. Sino isn't like any of us.
¿Y eso qué significa?
What are you trying to say?
Do you still remember who you are, General Mahamatra?
¿Eh?
As a Matra, you are no doubt privy to certain kinds of information. Before you can take action against someone, you are required to have all the facts available, including the less than savory details.
Como Matra de la academia, Como mantra de la academia, siempre has tenido acceso a la información adicional. No puedes actuar sin conocer todo sobre alguien, incluso los detalles menos agradables.
Simply put, the academia has traditionally allowed you access to a wealth of sensitive information. Knowing their modus operandi, wouldn't you expect them to take precautions against you?
Ah.
If you want to raise a vicious wolf, you need to make sure that you can avoid its bite.
The academia is monitoring me?
Ah. Bueno, visto de ese modo tiene sentido.
It's not that simple. The academia has eyes all over Sumeru, but they have a special protocol for dealing with you. Every so often comes a Nyagarbaha Day. On this day, the academia enters new information into the Akasha through knowledge capsules.
Se celebra el día de la Guiñarraga. Cuando llega este día, la academia ingresa información nueva a la calle a través de cápsulas de conocimiento.
I remember seeing a thick notebook next to the control panel once. Its contents were all about the General Mahamatra, his activities throughout the day, preferred methods of enacting judgment, everything.
You're saying that the academia entered my information into the Akasha too? But what's the point in doing that? My actions aren't important enough to be added into the Akasha.
Sí, o sea...
The Akasha is capable of computation.
Ah. Pones toda la información de Sino para que la inteligencia artificial de la Akasha haga un patrón de movimiento de qué es lo que haría Sino en tal situación, dándole a la academia de antemano cómo actuar y teniendo una ventaja sobre Sino, puesto que ergo sabrían cómo Sino actúa normalmente.
The Akasha's algorithms are entirely capable of predicting your movements using the data entered. When you would depart, the route you would follow, your destination. It knew all of this.
Entonces, Sino tendría que actuar erráticamente a como lo haría usualmente, en pos de hacer algo diferente. Ah.
It predicted my every move.
The academia has been watching you longer than you think.
Y el hecho de que pensara en renunciar demuestra que sus predicciones no se equivocaban.
So that's how it is. Sino adheres to his principles so strongly that he's actually a thorn in their side.
Si no están fieles a sus principios, que lo ven como una pena en su momento.
Tenacity of will and steadfast faith are worthless to the academia. They need scholars who are easily pliable and mindlessly go after anything they can profit from. Sino, don't take it to heart. This just proves how much of a trustworthy ally you are.
Eso sí. Ah.
They escaped because of me.
Don't blame yourself. It's not like any of us would have known.
Sí, exacto, men. ¿Quién sabría que la academia sabe qué patrón de TCG pueden usar? Holy shit, con razón hay tantos modelos en el juego TCG. Han sacado sus patrones de juego para saber cómo poner una versión fácil y una versión complicada de Sino. Todo tiene sentido.
I have an idea. If they predicted my movements, then I might be able to guess where they went.
Ah, bueno, sí.
Whoa, you bounced back fast.
There is always an opportunity for safety after danger passes.
Oh, so that's how it is! Paimon gets it now!
Sí.
If the academia is trying to avoid Sino, then the safest place would be...
¿Dónde ha estado Sino?
Yep, that's right!
They'll want to proceed in the direction opposite of where I'm going.
Te has vuelto inteligente, Paimon.
I must go.
There's also something I want to investigate.
Okay,
Let's go, guys! After him!
Please, wait! I want to go too!
Sorry, Zack, tu abuelo tuvo un F. Cambio de planes, nos volvemos al Arconte Loli.
You want to go too? If so, you have to promise you'll stay safe.
I want to find Grandpa. I promise I'll be careful and not cause any trouble.
Everyone, I leave him in your hands.
Espera, Candace, todavía no hemos descartado que el niño sea un espía. Ah, ya que cuenta con nosotros.
Yay! Let's go! Remember to pack some food with you. Paimon feels like we're missing someone though.
Sí, ahora no es el Hehan el que está afuera, es de ella. Pero bueno.
I'll be awaiting your good news.
Ok, abuelo Ampudinos.
Please, stay safe.
Listo. ¿A dónde rayos se fue Sino? Ah, rayos, iba a decir, ojalá esté cerca de un TP. F. Ay. Che, ya son las 8. Uno. 2. 3. Ah, entonces tiene sentido. No vamos al desierto. Espera, ¿qué?
So, where do we go from here?
¿Qué recorrido hiciste?
Yes. After leaving the village, we should head straight toward the desert.
Después de salir de la aldea, seguí cierto por el... What the... ¿Qué? Bueno. Sigue así, ¿no?
I know the desert like the back of my hand.
Is that because you play here a lot?
Yep. One time, Grandpa almost got lost in the desert, but I was the one who brought him back.
Ah, bueno, puede ser, se vea como un multijugador, así que no.
There's something here. What's this?
It's buried in the sand. Looks like we'll need to roll up our sleeves and do some work.
And Paimon thought running around everywhere was already enough work.
No es momento de quejarse, Paimon, la trama nos
Okay,
llama.
okay. So, we have to dig it out? Whatever's down there looks like it's buried really deep.
Después de mucho esfuerzo encuentran los objetos escondidos bajo la arena.
These are likely fragments of an academia-developed device, something akin to a headset.
Oh, casco extractor.
Looks like there were more than one village keeper. They must have been escorted this way, because there are device fragments scattered around here. Let's split up and search the area. Chances are that we'll find other things nearby.
Is this what we're searching for? It looks kind of scary.
This is definitely a device used to extract divine knowledge.
How did it end up buried in the sand? That can't have been part of the plan.
Sí.
They must have been attacked along the way.
Wait, what?
Atacados por quién?
Grandpa, I hope you're okay.
Don't worry, your grandpa's gonna be fine.
Razak didn't display any signs of starvation or dehydration, which means that they left fairly recently.
We should be able to catch up.
One more thing. Given that the device had been entirely covered by sand, I believe the attack must have happened prior to the sandstorm.
Antes de la tormenta de arena. Sí.
Let's keep going. They can't have gone far.
Bueno, define lejos. Lo del desierto de arena fue hace días. Y para mí fue hace semanas.
But running on sand is so tiring.
But you're flying, aren't you, Paimon? Is flying over sand tiring too?
Ugh, of course it is.
Voices, over there. It sounds like an argument.
Whoa, you have really good ears.
Cinemática.
Don't get any closer. They'll notice us.
Dia's talking with the Eremites? Very interesting. Let's listen in.
If you had informed me sooner, there'd be plenty of room for us to...
You're one of us. We would never lie.
Scholars. You don't know as much as I do. Need me to...
I knew it. That's our Dia.
Dia? Why would you...
Cállate, Isaac.
Dia!
¡No, puta madre, Isaac, no!
Hey, what are you doing?
No arruines el... Puta madre, Isaac. Están haciendo un acuerdo. Fuck.
Huh? Didn't you say you'd help me find Grandpa? Why are you on their side?
Rayos, Isaac, ¿acaso no has aprendido la trama de Sumeru? Es preguntarse y cuestionar sobre todos, porque todos tienen motivos y no tienes que sacar conclusiones apresuradas. Tienes que preguntarte qué planearon, por qué planearon y más o menos tener un plan acorde a ellos y no actuar instintivamente, Isaac. No actúes instintivamente, esa es la trama de Sumeru. Por eso el plan organizado para acabar con los sabios.
Well, look who's here. Ain't that something?
This complicates things.
Sí, man. Sorry.
You've betrayed Aru Village.
No, sorry de ella, lo siento. El niño estuvo loco.
So, this is the great General Mahamatra. Dear, you'd be better off as my assistant than hanging around with this motley crew. Seen for yourself. I have the means and methods, and my ideals are far more admirable than theirs.
Falta Nilo. Pero bueno.
I'm not the type that's easily swayed, Raman. You of all people should know that.
Falta Nilo y todo el grupo estaría completo.
What's going on, Dia? Whose side are you on here?
¡Paibo! Ah, la madre, en serio, siento que no hemos progresado nada, Paimon. Literalmente estabas haciendo poco a poco conclusiones lógicas y ahora estás... Nah, quién engañó, su forma de ser.
Shut it, Paimon.
Sí, Paimon, cállate.
Doesn't matter. Whichever side you pick, nothing could deter us from the grand mission of resurrecting the Scarlet King. Once our Lord of Old returns to this land, we will have a new beginning.
Face the facts, Raman. It's not gonna happen. You should understand that more than anyone. Have all your years as a merc taught you nothing about placing hopes in a ruler?
I'm a desert dweller and a proud follower of the Scarlet King. Whether I live by the edge of the sword or in peaceful comfort, my soul will always carry this conviction.
It's not too late yet. The village mad scholars aren't gonna bring the Scarlet King back to life.
You don't understand, my dear lady. Pursuing our faith is our purpose in life. Even if the chance of success is 1 in a million, we must be willing to give everything we have.
Even if it'll expose you to the academia? Even if they end up disbanding the Eremites? Your Eremites, which you've worked so hard for all these years?
Yes. We've waited a long time for this day to come. The sun and the moon no longer shine here. All you see now is cracks in this desiccated land. But fate has finally dealt me a hand to play against the academia.
Okay, ahora Raman
these
tiene...
scholars in our custody will stomp the academia's forces and fight our way beyond the wall of Samiel.
Ridiculous. Think about it. The academia controls the entirety of Sumeru. Your powers are negligible in comparison.
Bueno, eso sí es cierto.
If you still don't believe me, then try asking these two men. They're also against the academia, but neither of them are as arrogant as you are.
They look more like pawns of the academia to me. Why would I listen to anything the people of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata have to say?
Porque la reina mayor Rukkhadevata era amiga del rey Escarlata, ergo el rey Escarlata se sacrificó para proteger a Sumeru, dejando todo en manos a la reina mayor Codebata, que esta posteriormente se, entre comillas, sacrificó para proteger nuevamente a los habitantes de Sumeru. En serio, es raro que solo el Tabito sepa profundizar algunas cosas de la trama de las regiones.
Filthy traitors. Your god abandoned all honor and betrayed the Scarlet King. We desert dwellers will never trust the likes of you.
It's impossible to communicate with someone so hostile.
Bueno, sí.
Perhaps we should.
Do you really believe that by kidnapping the scholars, you'll be able to negotiate with the academia?
Bueno, F.
These people have no value as bargaining chips, but I could be persuaded to take their place as your next hostage. These scholars were exiled from the academia. I, on the other hand, am their current scribe, and will be a much greater asset to you.
Wait, you can't be serious.
So, you want to trade places with the hostages, do you?
Precisely. Any wise person would gladly accept my offer.
What if they decide to kill you instead?
Well, that would be bad luck for me. However, I'd get the chance to observe the scholars, perhaps even find out the truth.
Think you can talk me over with that confident look of yours?
I'm not trying to persuade you. I'm using this as a means of joining forces against the academia.
You are the scribe. What do you have against the academia?
Not all desert dwellers believe in the Scarlet King, and the same applies to the academia. Why must all knowledge seekers approve of the academia's way of doing things?
You academia scum. Every last one of you is nothing but a hypocrite, just like everyone else on the other side of that wall. I've made myself clear enough. I won't listen to another word from the Dendro Archon's people.
Not so fast. I'll hate them. Do you stand by everything you just said?
I never make empty promises.
You know you're making a dangerous decision, right?
I do.
Good. Raman, hear me out. These people are my friends. Maybe you can't take the followers of the Dendro Archon at their word, but what about me? Do you trust me?
We've known each other for years. Of course I do.
In that case, I'm willing to vouch for their honesty with my right arm. Come on, Raman, don't be a coward. If you're serious about taking on the academia, you need to steel yourself.
An arm from the Flame Mane. You've piqued my interest. But what if you refuse to oblige? What should I do then? No one's a fool here, Dia. We're mercs. And mercs don't tend to live long unless they have their wits about them.
You're not wrong, but this is different. I promised my friends that we'd bring back the village keepers together.
Let's do it right here then. Give me your right arm as proof of your resolve.
Don't listen to him! He's not even trying to negotiate!
That's fine.
Are you crazy?
We came here to save lives. One arm for that many people is still a pretty good deal, if you ask me. Raman, I'm holding up my end of the deal here. You'd better not let me down.
Sure. Go ahead and cut off her right arm.
Oh, what the fuck?
No! Dia! What are you gonna do? Think of something!
You don't have to go this far.
That's not for you to decide.
Do it!
De trama se intensifica.
Stop!
Espera, ¿qué?
What's wrong? Can't do it?
Flame Mane, you and I are both desert folk. Cutting off your arm is no different than cutting off my own fingers. Where's the sense in cutting my own kin to pieces? You've shown me that you're serious. Go on now, take your friends and leave. Meet me in the desert at noon tomorrow.
Ah, bueno, todo esto salió bueno, bien. Bueno, vemos luego. Ah, no, mira, ahí está. Espera, ¿qué pasó? Niño. Cagaste.
I was really counting on him not going through with it.
Sí. Niño, te pasas.
That was crazy! Have you all lost your minds? What if he'd actually cut your arm off?
Then I just have to hold my claymore with my left arm.
Harás que me preocupe así.
Okay, I'm sorry. But sometimes when you're out on a limb, you gotta double down to seal the deal, you know?
Don't ever make a promise like that again. I can deal with the likes of them. If it came down to it, you would not lose to them either.
I don't doubt it, Sino. But this is about more than me and them. There's a lot more where they came from. Even if we got rid of one bunch of radicals, there are others out there. Wiping them out would do more harm than good.
As you wish.
I'm sorry, Dia. I should have stayed put and listened. I should have trusted you.
Es bueno que hayas aprendido la lección, Isaac.
It's okay. I promised you I'd help find your grandpa, so I'll do whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes? You just might be scholar material.
Huh? Are you serious?
The Eremites once said that I was a lunatic. Perhaps a little madness is essential to be successful in research.
Why does it feel like he's using his praise for me as an excuse to brag about himself?
Él es así.
Okay, let's get moving. We should head back to the village and rest up. Today was just a trial run. Noon tomorrow is gonna be the hard part.
Ahora regresan al aldea para dejarse prepararse para el camino de mañana. Hay tanta incertidumbre. Y me tepean de nuevo a la aldea. Secretos del desierto ardiente. Bueno, tengo que terminar. Ya han llegado mis padres, tengo que cenar y tengo que hacer unas otras cosas, así que... ¿Dónde estás? Gracias a todos los que se pasaron por acá. Gracias a todos los que pasaron por acá. Muchas gracias. Thank you. Hasta luego. Mañana lo terminamos.